All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Mass Mayor here, and welcome in for episode 8 of, once it loads, there we go. All right, kind of seemed like went a little bit faster that time, I think, compared to before. Welcome in for episode 8 for Chrono Trigger. So yeah, last stream for this, guys, we kind of like took a bit of a break from the main story content for a bit to go around and do a little bit of side questing, as we went and opened up like all like the sealed doors and all the sealed chests that, we weren't able to get to before, since we had like a particular artifact that was allowed us to do this, which I believe we got like back in episode 6. Yeah, welcome in, Jeremy. Well, technically, in a way, I'm kind of late. It's been par for the course for me a lot, lately. Which really, I guess, is kind of hard to be late. We don't really have like an actual static stream schedule. It's something I've wanted to actually have, like an actual proper stream schedule. And years ago, I kind of had one that I was able to adhere to for a while, but with how chaotic life's been or whatever, I basically just go live or whatever, and hope people just basically I'll like have like the things set up in Discord, which with me kind of like not really being active on Discord for a bit while I'm trying to focus on everything else going on. Normally I have like I kind of I used to like actually adhere to a stream schedule, but either way, I pretty much just like let people like go by the notifications when I go live, both on YouTube as well as Discord, but hopefully, maybe at some point I can actually try to have some a little more static again. We'll see how things go in the future. Once things hopefully maybe calm down, maybe one day may not be as chaotic again. But yeah, if I look a little bit tired, guys, I kind of am. But I'm good for the stream. One reason I'm actually a little bit out of it is because of the factor that I was up last night working on like a shelf I'd picked up like not long ago that I've been meaning to get around to actually putting together. Kind of like similar to these right here. It's basically like it's a same model as the tall shelf right there. So it's kind of look, the two shelves I got right here are IKEA Billy shelves, but the one in the center is like it's a Mainstays one from Mainstays or whatever from Walmart. It's basically practically just about like almost verbatim, practically a Billy shelf. But I ended up getting like another one. You guys can't see it, but it's back there right now. That I got for my like a whole bunch of my comic books or whatever that I've had like in a storage bin. Which, so I had like a bunch of my trade paperbacks in there, obviously, felt bad about having them in a storage bin. So I pretty much wanted to have them put on a proper shelf. So like I picked that up recently. It's just like a much smaller Mainstays one, kind of like similar to that one right there. I got Pokemon stuff on. Speaking of Pokemon, got some planned like in the near future once everything arrives. You guys stay tuned. Got a little something I'm going to be doing for this channel. It's going to be hopefully a little bit fun. But that'll be then when it happens. But yeah, so like I said, last stream from Chrono Trigger, we didn't really do like a whole lot of story content. We did get the Epoch, which is basically it's gonna be like a means for us to time travel at our leisure without having to go all over the place compared to before. Don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if it's actually gonna be like it's gonna still be a fixed spot thing, but I do know previously I had like travel all like certain spots on the map just to be able to go back to end of time. But we got like this time machine thing now that should hopefully maybe ease things up. We'll see. But we're going to be getting back to the main story stuff tonight because I know exactly where we got to go. We got to go back to 12,000 was it BC? Yeah, 12,000 BC, We gotta head back that way, and then afterwards we're gonna continue the story from there. So we at least gotta put another crack and things. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this up by the end of July like I was planning, because I think I've got like maybe like 1 or 2 more streams of this before the end of July. But nonetheless, I'm still gonna like try to like put a decent chunk, like decent, chunk more into it. But yeah. That being said, this isn't gonna be the only stream today. I am still be doing Power Wash Simulator tonight as I jump in and do like the Final Fantasy VII DLC, which I'm really excited about. Even though I've yet to actually played through remake or even the original Final Fantasy VII, but I am gonna try to do that all in one go. And if I can finish that tonight, then tonight's gonna be my final Power Wash Simulator stream. So it's gonna be a bittersweet thing. But I've been doing that since like I think like late 2022 or 2022. Yeah, like late 2022. It's actually I think like close around the time like Star Power Wash Simulator, and I've been doing it like like every Wednesday or some like I was at one point I was like bouncing that in Arcade Paradise. But yeah, that's how long I've been doing it, doing like once or sometimes a few times a week or whatever. And it's time for like that series to basically for it to be over finally. So I can move on to other stuff for Wednesday, and also it's gonna like basically in preparation for a Power Wash Simulator 2 to release. So anyways, all this rambling aside, we're gonna go and get the show on the road because like I said, 2 streams a night, and thankfully I'm gonna be waking up along the way because I did get a little bit of sleep. I got a bit of an energy drink. So I know I'll be good for the streams, like no doubt about it. I did get some sleep or whatever, just not a whole lot. Between like getting like things, trying to get things settled for the upcoming move, and all that. Well, they probably like out of the sour ghost. The green apple's probably like my favorite alongside the watermelon. I call it watermelon thanks to Mickey D43 showing me like the old Marlon Webb. I think it was Marlon Webb. Yeah, the one that did like there's a sherbet in my home made out of watermelon, and so I basically always prefer to watermelons as watermelon. To thank the Mickey D43 showing me that stuff. But anyways, break the seal. We gotta go back to 12,000 AC or BC, whichever. So I think I'm probably gonna keep like my party I've got right now. All right, that's not it. Definitely not it. I spent way too much time there. Yeah, like last stream I spent way too much time in the future, like dealing with racing and stuff. Not Truce King. Was it this one in the center? That's right. They locked it there, but not here. I don't know what I'm thinking. I forgot we had to go here because they banned us from like the standard thing, but here, we can access it using the epoch. There we go. You can tell, like, Ayla's hardcore or whatever. She's like, out here walking like in basically a bikini and everything, and this. All right. We're just doing her little blizzard dance. I saw her trying to dance right there. Cause I don't know what is it when she does that. I like how Luca, just typical Luca, basically just sits there and reads a book. I like apparently like Ayla does like some kind of random tribal dance, like Luca reads a book, and it looks like Chrono is just like just complaining. Yes, he don't say a single word throughout the game or whatever, but you got him on the map or whatever. He's basically down there like starts complaining to you. Like I can't remember if they said we can summon like the epoch anytime we want to. So it may still be a thing we can only access at certain spots. Now we're sealed. There's gotta be another way to get up there then, right? Maybe I need to go talk to old man Time or whatever and ask him what I gotta do. I can swear, like, that we're... You said go back to the Dark Ages. I feel like we should... Hold up a second. There we go. That's right. This is Getty, the village... Oh, the village of the Earthbound ones. I can't remember if we were Earthbound ones, like, magical powers. I don't know why I'm voicing... Or some all the same way and doing like old man voice, but that's why we were banished from Zeal. Yeah, well, it seems to me like there's like a little bit of a power hierarchy up there. I need to make a bit more of a lowarchy. A bunch of hierarchy, there's a lot of malarchy, and I need to make it a noarchy. I'll do it too, just watch me. Guru of Life said that Sir Janice has stronger powers than even Miss Scala. Janice must be using her and the Queen to get to Lavas. Damn it, Janice. Now I'm wanting to watch Rocky Horror Picture Show. No, it's not Janet. Janice is Janet. The Queen put the Mammon machine in the ocean powers absorbing Lavas' energy. Is that safe? She locked that Guru of Life up on a mountain of her woe for opposing her. The situation's hopeless. Yeah, well, like I said, main character coming through, buddy. I'm pretty sure it's not safe where, because anytime you got like a power-hungry monarch or whatever in an RPG where chances are something bad's gonna happen. And they might pin on me. I mean, I've already had one trial. What, you know, why not? That was still fixed, by the way. That was like a full-on like conspiracy against me. And I don't appreciate it. And look, yes, that's the thing. It's like this area's a little bit confusing, but I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. I guess this is like, you know, this game's equivalent of the Grey Quarter from, you know, Game of Thrones. You know, and I just like the whole concept of it. You know, these are people that are down there, love, but they're going to share their bed with you, no problem. You know, the thing is with Ayla, I'd be half expected, you know, with her, like, being kind of beast-like, I expect her, like, you know, to be over there, like, you know, like, just, her just not even use the bed to sleep on the floor. Their phone was lit as one. Like, I can just expect her, like, you know, she, like, you know, they're about to, like, go to sleep. And she, like, you know, she sits on the bed, like, she sits on the bed and lays, like, what's this, Chrono? Like, it's fluffy, or something like that. And I just kind of feel like, you know, unless, like, you know, Ayla and them, like, you know, have a habit of, like, you know, just, you know, basically, like, just, like, you know, skinning Tyrannosauruses or whatever, stitching, like, you know, the skin around or whatever together, and then, like, you know, stuffing, like, you know, plants or something in to make beds or whatever. Of course, I feel like Ayla will be hardcore enough to actually do that. Her actually just, like, you know, just whoop a Tyrannosaurus Rex's ass, use its skin, like, as a pillow or whatever, as a pillowcase, and make a mattress out of it. Then you find out it's something similar to, like, I think the White Gorilla Tribe from Black Panther. They were talking about, like, you know, when M'Baku was talking about, like, you know, basically, you know, eating people. It's like, no, we're just kidding, we're vegetarians. You got a power tab. Okay, look, alright, that Tyrannosaurus joke, I didn't say anything about no Triceratopses. Alright, y'all only got like 2 horns. Y'all buy Ceratopses? Well, I'll swing that way, but I swing my sword that way. Which basically, you know, could be taken either way, guys. Just completely just disregard that. I have you know, I'm not talking about that kind of sword. Don't you get closer to me now. Hey, look, get your homies. Okay, I think I'm making them mad. Get off me! I don't want your phone number. Lightning. It seems like their attack power goes up regardless, so we just gotta just wail on them. That should... Which really don't seem like they do a whole lot of damage. That should do it. You're done. 4 experience, 10 tech. Ayla's level up. Of course she levels up from fighting a dinosaur. I just imagine like a conversation with Ayla about like my whole thing, the joke I was making. Like, I asked, like, you know, so what kind of diet do you what kind of diet do you people, like, you know, partake in, Ayla? Like, you know, Tyrannosauruses, Triceratopses, Spinosauruses? Like, what did you speak of, Chrono? We vegetarian. We civilized folk. Or something, I don't know. Okay, yeah, you definitely need a better weapon. I think, like, really feels like, you know, Luca's probably, like, again, probably, like, one that you really, you probably, like, mainly be a focal with magic. He seems like the type that would probably be more like a, like, you know, one that would just use magic from afar or whatever, and... I wonder if it's our attack power that's going up is what they're trying to say. That's the thing about these things, like their attack power goes up, they don't know how to attack that often. Look, are you gonna let him do you like that? That should do it. Jeez. Alright, Luca leveled up at least. Like I said, we need to get her a better weapon. Like, I don't know if, like, it's really, like, you know, she's supposed to be like... Oh, come on. You can't pass through here. Watch it. Oh, my... I already get it. Red's gonna be weak to, haven't found, red's gonna be weak to fire, blue's gonna be weak to ice, but I think there's something about that jerk right there we need to, like, take into account. Now, these, thing is, we're gonna try something real quick. Ah, crap. These things, like, hit like tanks or whatever. How to film, we got... Yeah, it seems like he's pretty beefy, and these things are... Okay, yeah, that's what I figured was gonna probably be the case here. I got a bad feeling about that guy up there. Yeah, I called it. We're gonna isolate hitting him. Yeah, he doesn't take hardly any damage, but we gotta get Luca back up. This fight might be a bit tough. That's what I thought. We've got to focus on him more than anything, because otherwise he's gonna just continuously heal them. We gotta focus on dude up there, but... The problem is they attack so quickly. Yeah, this is BS. They're so fast. I just revived her. Okay, it feels like very unfair that they're able to do so much damage so quickly. And now he puts it... You're gonna pay for this, dude. You just made a very big mistake. That was very uncalled for. And now we gotta go through all that again. Well, it's not that far back, but still. I knew there was gonna be something. There was, like, something was telling me, like, you know, be wary because... Of course, like, you know, first thing, like, not even 3 minutes of stream, and I end up dealing, like, you know, with a roadblock here. Alright, I gotta figure this out. Problem is, we don't really have a whole... Okay. Alright, so the best thing I can do when I get in there is just... maybe raise her magic or something, because we're gonna... I don't know. This is gonna be a tricky one, I feel like. Really near speed, like, you know, alright. Just irritates me that I got all this stuff or whatever. I got like all this stuff, and then just for like, you know, for us to go, like all this stuff like last stream, just for us to go in here and get stomped. Okay, I need to test the waters here. It really seems like, you know, it's kind of hard to tell like what really works with them, but yeah, really feel like Luke is probably like best, like us just like using her for like magical attacks. But the main issue with like, those things I just fought or whatever is that they move so quickly. It's like a little weird spot right here where there's nothing. Because the way I look at it is that, because I noticed that he kept on only jumping on that one creature. If we can like successfully put all of them to sleep, that should take like away a good bit of his offense right there. I'm not certain, but I'm gonna try. That is like, it just seems like they're like the main source of damage. When he gets on them like and rides them, that's where it becomes a problem. Darn, I wasn't able to save. Alright. I didn't get a chance, and of course Luca's speed was down. See, immediately goes for that. See, and the thing is, the fact they let him go twice or whatever is like so quickly before I can even do anything with Luca here. Alright, punk. Okay, we gotta focus. No, damn it, that was on me. Crap, I just woke it up. And Luca attacked that one for some reason. But I've got a general idea now. Well, let me put him back to sleep after this. We gotta like mainly just stay focal on him. That's the thing about it. Even though we're doing like a lot of damage to these creatures, the thing is, as long as he's able to do that, that's what's gonna like, you know, cause us a lot of problems here. We gotta keep them asleep. But it's just the fact he gets to continue to go over and over again. Okay. Oh no, you don't. Oh yeah, he does. That was beyond cheap. All right, let's revive her. You're gonna pay for this, dude. We're gonna get you. It might take me a few attempts, but I promise you, we're gonna get you. All right. See, and he immediately gets them woken back up again. So I'll just put him back, keep putting him back to sleep. And the moment but the problem is, like, the moment I wake him up, he, like, immediately, like, the moment I put him to sleep, he wakes him back up. That's the problem here. That's the ticket. I can't use Lightning 2 or whatever because I'll wake everyone up, but as long as I can just keep doing that or whatever, maybe I can get him. That stupid attack right there is the problem. No, you don't. Of course, he got to let it go first. Okay. I'm trying to see, like, maybe, like, Lucas got better attack use against, but we can't attack them, so wake them up, that's going to be the problem. I'm just trying to think here. Damn it. The problem is, like, he's just such a tank, too. But we just gotta stay focused on trying to keep them, like... And I just, like, put it... I don't like this guy. Alright. And it immediately heals again. See, it's that attack right there is so broken. But really, the thing about it, like, as long as we just keep on hitting him or whatever. But it's just he keeps on putting everyone to sleep. That's all he knows how to do. Yeah, this boss is so annoying. But again, and the thing is, I'm trying to, like, put it to sleep, and it's not working. And there goes Luca. And there goes Chrono again. Oh, no? Again, and the fact that we're only, like, doing so, like, such a small amount of damage to him is the problem. Whatever, I mean, if I'm gonna hit him anyway. But this battle's definitely a tough one. And of course he gets Ayla because she's the weakest, so why not? I'm gonna bolt by. Ah, crap. It's like no matter what attacks we use or whatever, I don't know how much health this jerk has, but yeah, screw it. Because they're all awake anyway. Probably shouldn't have done that, because it seemed like... It's gonna take a miracle for us to win this. I mean, at least I lasted longer this time. I feel like I'm on the right path with the strategy. Dang, I can't use life. Well. Didn't mean to do that. And that's it. Well, not quite, but it's about to be. See, especially with that BS going on. And the fact they, like, you know, they twisted the knife where, like, make sure it's, like, it's 1 point above, like, 55. Yeah, this boss is very annoying. Of course, like, everything was, like, I go through all that prep last time, and then all that, like, I have to deal with all this. The thing is, that's the thing about it, like, it's... Some of it feels like it's also just that she is not, like, you know, fast enough. If we can keep on, like, you know, laying the pressure on with the, we need to get Luca's speed up. Like, that's the thing, her speed is not good at all. Yeah, we'll take the speed belt off of Ayla. We'll give her a power boost instead. No, she's got a speed belt on, that's the problem. Yeah, put a speed belt on her. I mean, that's a little improvement, but... Unless... Luca is the key one here, or whatever. This has a dash ring or whatever. Yeah, so basically, if as long as I got the speed belt on Chrono, his speed will still be at max. But I give Luca the dash ring. That gives her, like, 1 extra point. Because that's the key thing there. We need, like, you know, her to, like, you know, be as fast, like, fast we can make her right now. Alright. Part of me is wish I could, like, come back over here and save after I beat the dino, like, these dinosaurs right here. Hopefully I don't have to worry about it anymore, but I don't know if they're gonna respawn or not. I can try. Pushing the shelf, we'll find a spot where we can, like, you know, try grind a few levels. I'm gonna beat this guy, it's just it's taking some effort. See, Luca's speed already, like, you know, is definitely better than it was. You can just tell. Another thing is also the factor that I'm taking, I mean, I didn't think about whatever, is I haven't been properly healing before going there and fighting either, so that's, these things are still doing some damage, even if it's not a whole lot. Okay, I'm hoping I can just take them out, and then afterwards, like, I can go back down and save, heal back up. Okay. Okay, can we not talk about that, please? There's that. Almost done. Right, one more attack should do it. Well, I don't know if I'm out from Luca. There. Okay, I'm gonna go test things. I'm gonna go and see if I can save and then come back. And then, like, hopefully the dinosaurs won't be there. Probably should have, like, you know, done the shelter thing first. It's best case scenario, dinosaurs won't respawn, or the beasts won't respawn, what you want to call them. Crap, they respawn. Okay. So I basically just wasted a shelter when you think about it, but then again... So that's what's frustrating, like knowing I gotta fight these things every single time just to get to him. I probably should have checked, like, you know, with all the villagers, see if any of them had, like, something I could buy, you know, for Luca. Not gonna do any good for Ayla, because, you know, she... So just do something really quick, guys. Okay, I just want to kind of put something in perspective here, rogues. Two things, like, you know, that definitely don't fly on my channel. One, to just kind of speak on this. One, coming by and basically, you know, when I'm on the clock here trying to stream, and basically there's other ways you can kind of like reach out about things. But aside from that, you know, just basically in the sense of also making another account to get around a ban. So just going to go ahead and work with this right here. Give me a sec, guys. Right, there's just things that you don't do on someone's channel, and they're basically pretty much, in my view, unforgivable and all that, especially when someone's trying to be respectful towards you. Then you come in, overstep boundaries, and then basically try to, you know, be disrespectful on the stream. But anyways, moving on. I'm not going to talk about the situation itself, rogues, but all I'll say is, like, I'm hoping that, like, some people can, like, you know, learn from their mistakes and whatnot. Okay. Feels like this time I took more damage than last time. Okay, whatever. All right, so yeah. We only got, oh, I just realized we only got 2 mid-tonics left. Darn it, I took all my mid-tonics. So we're probably not going to win this one either. This boss right here just sucks. And the fact they start you off immediately with nothing. See, and the fact that immediately puts Chrono to sleep. And now I use Hypno Wave and nothing happened. It looks like. That's BS. It seemed like they intentionally, like, you know, went on set this fight up or whatever, like, to be where, like, I have all these disadvantages, like, at the start. I hate this boss, I really do. I go in and try to, like, do the prep stuff, and now it seems like it got more difficult. See? Let it actually work that time, that'd be great. Best I can do is just keep on, like, yeah, keep trying to do this. As long as, like, I can try, like, have Luca just counter him or whatever. The moment he, like, throws that rock or whatever, I can just basically, you know... Let's keep on having her cast like that just in case he tries to go for anything. They got the majority of his arsenal here. So I'm basically spamming the heck out of this, but I'm trying to like make sure he doesn't really have much to work with. I just did lightning too, just see if I can do some more extra damage to them, but so I just woke that one up, so that might have been a mistake on my part, but again, the fact that they immediately let him just do whatever. Yeah, we're gonna go back to what we were doing, thank you. Immediately, like, crap. It's the fact that the little jerk's so tanky. If I can figure out like exactly what attacks might actually, you know, really do some damage to him, that'd be good. I mean, lightning seems like it's like one of the main things that hurts him, but best thing to do is like just keep trying to hit him. Like hope I can just keep. Oh, damn it! I hit the wrong one. All right, good thing I just like use Hypno Wave there. Just put him back to sleep. I can't see now. It was asleep. That's what I'm talking about. They do stuff like that. That's the only thing that irritates me about this. And now, there goes Luca, so... Okay. I'm just gonna, like, you know, keep working at it until I can get past him. I hate that I got roadblocked like this, but... And there goes that stupid heal. Which thing is, we're not really trying to attack them too much. It's him that we're trying to take down. And there goes Chrono. No, it's also not how about the fact we don't have a healer. I should have just took Ayla out, I think. Again, when he puts Luca to sleep or whatever, that gives him, like, you know, a chance to revive them. Again, I hate that stupid heal thing. It's 150 or whatever, so just make sure I take it right back off of him. And now he's like healing more often now. It's just so it feels like, you know, basically what we're doing to him is just not really getting anywhere because he just keeps on getting his health back. There goes Chrono. It's that stupid thing where, like, he puts him to sleep is the problem. God, I hate this guy. And all he's doing is healing now. Okay, and that's actually kind of like what I wanted him to do. Except it didn't wake Chrono up. He just... Here we go. I was hoping he went... Not if I can help it. Of course. Not like it matters. This boss does suck on so many levels. Hang on. Okay, I should just like use the heal or to wake Chrono up. I guess that's what we gotta like really focus on moving forward. And of course, he immediately goes after Chrono. The main problem is that we ain't got a healer. That's one of the issues, too. I was trying to... Well, there goes Luca. And there goes Ayla. Again, that's my problem with this. Like, he can immediately, like, do another attack, like it... Yeah. I didn't say attack the blue. I think he just attacked blue beast. Darn it. Well, whatever, I'm gonna lose anyway. That's it. This boss is absolutely broken. I hate it so much. I'm gonna see if like maybe I can get them like. That's the thing, 'cause I don't. Might as well go and give her like the Yeah, I feel like this doesn't really gonna like help that much or whatever, but. So he doesn't really like that's the thing, I don't even know if he's really using any like, you know, elemental attacks on us. Okay, just because they're trying to cheese me right here, I'm gonna look something up. I'm just curious about what if it has a weakness. I know I'm on the right track with like we're putting it to sleep. Okay, so apparently I've been going about things wrong. I just looked up something. Apparently someone was saying something. All right, man, that might be a good reason I had a good thing to have Ayla here. So apparently there's like, you know, something we can get like, you know, from these guys that might be able to help. I thought she had charm. So yeah, I think like our main issue is that we need a healer, but I've also got another idea. I don't know how much like those other things have. Maybe I've been going about it wrong. Kind of look at it another way I could go about it. The Imp's not taking a whole lot of damage, but the main thing he's got is those beasts that are helping him. Maybe I've been going about it wrong. Like use sleep, but I've been attacking the wrong one. Use Hypno Wave to put them to sleep. Focus on one of them, so that they can't gang up on us. Focus on one at a time, since we're doing more damage to them, like the Imp can heal, probably. Then try to whoop his ass. It's a theory. It may not work. But I'm gonna see what I can do here. I'm determined to get past him. I just gotta find the right strategy. I just need like a little bit of a look push in the right direction, because I was thinking about like another way to go about it. 'Cause I feel like what's the worst that, like, basically, if he's by himself, what's the worst he can do to us aside from, like, keep putting us to sleep? The main way that thing attacks, where it was, like, using the beast or whatever, if we can actually manage to somehow get them out of the equation. I just kept thinking since he was, like, the healer, but I was like, at the same time, he's not, like, he's healing himself and them, or we're not attacking them. In the end, we still have to deal with them, because I figured, like, it would maybe be something we took him out or whatever, how are they going to be able to, like, they'd still, like, fight on their own. Probably, but they wouldn't have the combination attacks. Okay, let's hope that what I'm thinking about works. So we Hypno Wave them, focus on one at a time. Alright, do this where since we got, like... Well, she can kiss herself? I like how, apparently she can just kiss herself for whatever reason. She can kiss the boo-boos away. Because we have, like, more ethers or whatever, so that means we can save our tonics. Like, easily, like, get... Because it really didn't cost a lot for Halo. Yeah, let's hope this works. Alright. I'm gonna figure this out. It's just this guy's a pain in the ass, but... But again, in the fact that we started out with, like, nothing. Or Hypno Wave, see if my plan will work. You jackass. See, it just seems like I come up with something or whatever and everything immediately works against me. So we do a lot more damage to them. I don't know exactly how much health they got, but... You're gonna pay for this, dude. Because, of course, he goes after Luca. I mean, starting it off. Now I really want to take the beast down just so he's by himself and we can just wail on him. It's going to be so cathartic. And that's my problem right there, because, I mean, it's like I do the Hypno Wave, but it still, like, lets him... This way, like, we just continue to, like, to... Okay, that was supposed to put them to sleep. At least Ayla can pick it up, compared to the dragon we were fighting. So the thing is, he can heal them or whatever, but it's not. But the thing is, we're still doing more damage than. No, you don't. These obviously are tanky, though. I don't know how much health they got, but they can't have a huge too much. The problem is, if this thing isn't ice and was just water. Oh, come on. I gotta try to start getting people healed after this. Gotta get this thing out of here. At least we can get one down. But I guess, again, it's the fact that we do that, he immediately, like, retaliates. Damn it, not him. These have like so much health though, it looks like. I just hate that. Like, the moment you hit it where he immediately able to jump on it or whatever, and twice in a row? They come up with a plan or whatever, and then, like, it seems like they just try to counter it. Okay, one down. Yeah, it's gonna take some more attempts, but we probably gonna take a little more time. Where, but if I can get Luke up and start putting this thing asleep again or whatever. He's only got one now, so. Okay. We gotta keep her in it. Luca's like our main ticket here. I have a feeling once we get if we get this other beast out, this dude ain't gonna be able to do anything by himself. And it's gonna be so cathartic kicking his ass. As long as we try to like keep this thing like, you know, sedated between attacks or whatever. Screw it. But now he's healing more often. But he can only do like 150 for a max or whatever. I know Ayla can wreck this thing like we know with the rock throw. So no matter what, he can't like, you know... What else? Okay. Why does it feel like it's... We're gonna take this thing down, and then we're coming after you, one way or another. Because now he's only got one he can use. Alright, rock throw again. It's like every time after Screw it, we're just gonna wail on it this time. Watch you throwing a rock at punk. Save some magic. Should have Hypno Wave. Oh, well, you missed anyway. This may be it. We'll see. Guys, kick his ass. Because you ain't gonna be able to do a whole lot now when you're by yourself. I don't think. If he's just gonna continue to heal. Oh my god, do not tell me he's about to like do what I think he's going to. Oh, hell no. Fine. We'll just do more damage to you than you can heal then. Okay, if they're gonna let him heal after every single attack, that's stupid. There we go. Dude, you're about to have a very bad day. Except when he puts her to sleep. Now I'll do something about that. I gotta heal Chrono real quick, though, before he gets taken out. Luke would probably be best, like, just, like, you know, use her like, turn to just, like, revive or heal or whatever. What the hell? Oh, right, it's heal. Oh, we got him. Wait, what happened? I think did he run? Either way, we got him. Jesus. Screw that guy. Sorry I got a little frustrated there, Rogues, but good grief, that thing sucked. Guys, you have no idea what I've been through. Get out of my way. Trust me, if I get beat by you punks or whatever, everything I just dealt with or whatever, I deserve it. I might actually want to try to see if I like find some spots I can grind some levels like in between streams now. I mean, so it might be one of those things where, like, I think there have been a few bosses I fought like after previous ones that actually end up being easier. Might have just been like severely underleveled. Underprepared for me. I still did it or whatever. The Ayla was like the main thing that helped there, but I think a lot of it is also like probably, you know, I didn't really go in with someone that can like, you know, do proper healing. Like Frog or Robo. That's the thing, but at least like, you know, the thing is I said I wanted to like, you know, take Luca in there because I felt like I was neglecting her and she ended up actually being pretty crucial to us winning. Her Hypno Wave was like a bit of a lifesaver. Actually, not a bit of a one, it was one. You know, at this point, I probably should be like fighting just about everything I see. Or seeing, fighting whatever. Just give them enough to get by for now. And I'm gonna hope there's not gonna be another boss along the way that's gonna end up like sending me back through all that. Probably should have went back and saved. Oh. I hate this thing. Okay. Get lost. That thing was a 1,000 experience for it at least. 100 tech. Oh, now I thought Ayla had charm before. Because what I saw like on like this one board where people were saying like, you know, like I remember like charm was, I think, was supposed to be somewhere I can like take, because I had it before, I thought. And it's supposed to be a thing where like Ayla can like take items from enemies. Load helm. Which does what? And it's not as good as like, see if like Luca could use it. Yeah, it's better than, let's see if Ayla can benefit from it more though. I'll give it Ayla. The question is which way we should be going. I think I get it. I'm just relieved. You know, it wasn't really to do too much else story-wise tonight, but guys, I'm just relieved I got past that. Because that definitely probably was like the hardest boss I fought so far. I mean, I know that was that golem we fought previously or whatever, but, or whatever. The thing is, that one felt like we were supposed to lose. I say the little punk got away because I looked away for a second and I turned around and I saw I won the battle or whatever, so I don't know if he ran away or what. I really wasn't paying attention because I think I was like looking up at the chat or whatever, looking at something else or whatever, and then afterwards I just won the fight. I guess it was kind of like a stalemate thing when you think about it, because he couldn't really do much except throw rocks at us. Kind of like the way I thought it would, that without his creatures, he couldn't really do much. All you could do is heal. I guess I gotta put that in places, which I feel like the whole concept behind it is them making a thing where all he could, like every attack you did, you could do a lot of damage to him, but he could heal. And then you put Ayla to sleep. It's like, it just seemed like it was like almost like it went just like you see like in an anime or something. Like basically, you know, he put to sleep like the one person that could really hurt him or did something incapacitated and then ran away. Or just the way the whole thing went or whatever, it was just my typical luck. Ayla was the main one that could hurt him with rock throw, but he ends up like hitting her, knocks her unconscious or whatever, and then that's when he runs away. Okay, I think it's, yeah, it's, yeah, I hate this thing, but, and the fact that apparently there's like a lost little thing there where it's gonna be like, you know, really easy for you to miss it, but I want to fight these things because really, they don't seem like they can really do a lot or whatever, and it gives like a bunch of experience. Yeah. So those things actually might be good for like doing a little bit of farming on. Like I don't know if it'd be sustainable in the long run, but I can probably get a few levels off of them. Okay. I can't remember if these guys are like, yeah, look, after what we just dealt with, you guys are just crumbs. Move. I don't think I've been like ever so happy to see like a safe spot in this game until now. But it has me concerned. The Guru of Mount Woe. That just concerns me, because, like, okay, they put a safe spot there. Please tell me not about the fights. Boys, y'all really don't want to. But I do. Hopefully we can wipe the floor, because I don't know if they're going to be immune to magic or what. They're yellow, so... No? 3. And they're good experience for them being, like, so easy to take down. But I wonder if, like, basically the devs like, okay, you know, we're gonna make this really hard boss here, and then we're gonna give them a bit of a, we're gonna give them like a bit of a reprieve. They got past that; they deserve, like, you know, to kind of feast for a little bit. Also has me concerned they're gonna throw something else bad at me. mean, let's be real, they're going to. The game's not over yet. I just wonder what Lightning 2 would do to these guys. Because if I could, like, actually really do a whole lot of damage really quickly to them, that'd be great. They just took their birds away, which is like one of their primary ways of attacking. You know what? That one stupid thing we just fought, that Mud Imp, did the same thing, so you might want to watch Take Your Tongue Out. When they did the Mud Imp, I kind of got, like, you know, a massive, like, you know, dislike for every imp I see. Lapis. Yeah, that boss, like, ran a few Lapis around us. Oh, hold on a second. I already know how to handle this. Take out these punks in the back. So... Okay. I don't ever want to see another rock thrown at me again after what I just had to go through. You boys are about to have a bad day with your little 2 damage. Jeez, Ayla. Now, where was that? Like, you know, when you were, like, we were fighting the boss. You know what I mean? She was, like, doing, like, you know, 600, like, some damage to the beast with, like, you know, the rock throw, but just, like, a standard attack doing 600. That's it. See, you can, like, you know, just smack the hell out of that imp or whatever for 500 or whatever, but you couldn't, like, do that against the stone, like, a mud imp. 684. These are stone imps, but you couldn't, like, you know, do, like, more damage to a mud imp. It was probably, by all accounts, should have been softer. Okay, I want to go get that real quick. There's a way to do so. Let me go back over around this way. But yeah. Like I said, I definitely do feel like I really needed to, like, try to, like, grind a few more levels, but that just may have been, like, how the boss worked. They may not have been, like, of course. Alright, Chrono should be able to, like, take out the gargoyle. Okay, who said y'all can go first? No, he couldn't. I'm about to say Ayla. Luca finish that one off. Ground that one. Because they're more of a threat in the air. Yeah, that should take care of that one. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of dead. Let's wail on this one. Yeah, I think it's safe to say I'm really looking forward to the Power Wash Simulator tonight, stream tonight after this, just because I'm definitely gonna need, like, something to unwind with after that boss battle. Like, it's a sense of relief of actually beating it. Shield. Like let me organize mine. And I fought some tough bosses, like, you know, in RPGs before. Like I said, that's kind of just had me concerned. That was just, like, that's not even the in-game boss, and it had me... But again, I will say it may have been, like, an issue at my end. Like, I may have needed to level up more. Where's the shield? It's got, like, a shield, unless I'm not paying attention here. Right, tapping this. Oh, there it is. Cuts physical damage by 1/3. It's an item, though, so. Load vest. I don't think it's gonna be as good as the. By 1 point, there's no point even switching it out because red melee is like I get a bonus with it. I'll just give it to Ayla. Okay, beat this thing so we can get a little more experience. As long as we can beat it like someone as easy as last week. Again, it don't seem like you're really gonna attack unless there's like some... I hate when that happens. Unless there's like some kind of thing where if you don't beat it quick enough, like it'll blow up or something. Okay, but again, it's just that... This is... The other one we were able to, like, take down fairly quickly or whatever. Finally! Thank you, Luca. Not Luca, Ayla. It feels like some of these enemies up here, just like Yazani, just make me mad. Alright, there you go. That should do it. That's the hardest time we had one. I mean, it's bad, like, when an enemy can't even fight back, it seems like we're having a hard time with it. Okay, at least they leveled up. And they give good experience. It's just so factored that for some reason they got, like, this whole thing where it's got, like, a high evasion or something. Alright, just because we've already collected all this stuff, I'm gonna do a quick, Or these are my tonics. Like my standard ones. So probably, I mean, I could have got away with using a shelter, but... No, just like, you know, use Kiss to... Alright. Let's make sure everyone's, like, up to stuff. Because I didn't want to, like, use another shelter, so we'll save right here, so this way we got everything collected. Alright. As I call it right, it says Mount Woe, because I definitely have, like, a lot of woes to deal with that boss. I'm pretty sure I probably didn't, like, you know, take, like, the most efficient path in beating him, but... At least I did. And this time, hopefully, I ain't gotta worry about him again. Okay, yeah, I was back to the entrance. Another reason I think, like, Mount Woe is a good name for this place, just because, like, you know, it's like a maze. Wait, there it is. Okay, up there. Go around here. It just seems like this whole area is just as designed just to vex me. Uh-huh, of course. Gargoyles first, take down these punks. You know what? I ain't got time for this. Hey, it wasn't your move. Hear the birds. Right, Lucas should that finished that one off, and then we just wrap this up with a critical. Okay. So at least this is like at the moment like a little place like, you know, gain some levels. I hate these jerks, but I swear if we like go through like 3 rounds without hitting him. Your little domain expansion. Let's not do this. It's going that way. And of all the one that hits it first is Luca. Okay, what Twilight Zone we enter here? There we go. The fact that Luca got like 2 hits on it before either of them did. Like, it's just the fact it has like such a... What is going on here? Finally. Hang on, I didn't see what he learned. I was just skipping through. I thought he just leveled. What did he get? Confuse. Hey, what was that? There's something else there I had. Luminaire. Ultimate damage on all enemies. Oh, that's showing what we can get. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, Ayla learned Tailspin. Barrier. Lapis. Mm-hmm. There's a place in attack. It's right there. Oh, guys. Seriously, this ain't gonna work. It never does. I ain't gonna waste no magic on them. But hey, like, again, quick experience. Full ether. Barrier. Don't ever really use the barriers that much. Uh-huh. See what Chrono can do here before I, Whoa! Okay, I made the... Okay, you know, for all that oomph... Oh, hell no. Uh-uh. That ain't happening. So these things are probably... Okay, Ayla, that's how you do it. How do you do 0? So it seems like every time one of them hits or whatever, they're gonna immediately heal afterwards. Yeah, I ain't playing that. Gonna trim these hedges. Yeah, they're not tough or whatever. They don't really do a whole lot. Okay, so she just outright, like, you know, just did like over 100 damage that time. Normally she don't do that. Look, you better watch, like, you know, where you aim that gun. I saw you confused. Okay, just one more. And Ayla, yep. So if nothing else, wherever it is we're going to be dealing with next, and I'm hoping it's not going to be anything too bad. Getting XP. Okay, like I said, I hate these things, but it's just because they're more of an annoyance than anything. Luca, you watch, like I said, watch her aim that gun. I mean, she's no longer confused or whatever, and that thing almost hit me, look like. There you go, Ayla. Well. Alright. Just gotta get one more hit and that should do it. Regardless of who hits it. Got a couple plants over there, which shouldn't be too difficult to beat. Well, ain't gonna be no problem at all. And a garden 2 chests. Of course. It's like, we're here too. Yeah, good for you. Look how they came in like trying to, like, you know, back up the planes like they were gonna be an actual threat or something. That actually went surprisingly simple. Remember, I think like last time I tried to like burn one of the plants, it didn't, like, you know, kill it immediately. Shelter. Shield. Alright, can we go around down here? Nope. Alright, so it looks like, yeah. Go around here. Is this the way we came from? That it is. Okay, yeah, so we go around here. I like the little details of, like, the chains in the background as well. When we're I figured as much. Oh, you want to call it a fight? Like, they're already turning away because they don't even want to see, like, you know, us about to attack, because they know what's coming. If Luca would have took him out, that would have been hilarious. Like, I don't know, these guys haven't even got in a single hit, and like, I have all the ones we've encountered so far. And they did where I guess I just wasn't paying attention. Alright, how are we on health? Because just in case, I want to make sure that... I'll go ahead and heal everyone just to be safe. Like, I just love how, like, Ayla can kiss herself. Kiss her boo-boos better. Like, I got plenty of mid-ethers. I'll just use those this time. Well, as needed. Don't need to waste a mid-ether there and there. So then, like, entirely heal, like, there we go. Alright. Oh, where's this guru? Hopefully we gotta fight him. Time hat? Prevent stop and slow. Yeah, well, it would be nice to have like a sleep hat or whatever, or a sleeping cap or whatever, like keep us from getting put to sleep earlier. Full ether. We got one of those back. Magic tab. It looks like, alright. Space everything here. A little small area. Well, that's a sign that we're almost like where we're supposed to be going. Yeah, I think this is a sign we're almost where we're supposed to be going. Eh? All this for a crystal, like, okay. Please not tell us I gotta fight this thing. The Guru of Life's trapped in here. How would you know? Well, you spend a lot of time with, like, you know, the time dudes. Like, Chrono, look. Oh, crap. What's about to happen? Well, fudge. What are you? Giga Gaia. I don't care. Let's fight it, guys. How to heal me? Whatever. That's right, because I got the flame armor on. I know there's gonna be like... Yeah, she ain't gonna be able to, like, throw that guy. I'm wondering if maybe we should go after the hands first. Because he's attacking us primarily with his hands. I don't know if we can put this jerk to sleep, but... There ain't no way we're gonna put him to sleep. Nope. Alright. We gotta try to, like, target the hands, I think. I think I've already... Alright. We're about to be in for a fight here, I have a feeling, but... At least when he does that, it heals Chrono, so that's good. The Plasma Shadow. So which armor did I give? The thing I gave... Yeah, I probably wasn't back. I think I gave her that Shadow armor before. At least when he does it, it heals Chrono, but it's just, unfortunately, it's gonna wipe them out. Uh-oh. Okay. He still feels like he might be more manageable than the last boss we fought, because this one seems less gimmicky. He's just about, like, you know, just using magic and healing himself. He's probably just gonna be a tank. Okay, so notice if I lose this, give Ayla that shadow armor back, so at least I can help her. This will heal Chrono. This thing is gonna be tough, though. I know that for a fact, but it's still gonna probably just be like more of a. If I can take out the hands, we're good. So it says two-hand attack, right? So, here we take out. What the hell? Okay, that's one hand down. So maybe we're lucky we'll take out the other one. If he ain't got his hands, I'm worried he's gonna become more powerful. It's the only concern I've got, but... Okay, you know what? That's not nice. If I use a lapis, I can heal them all. If I gotta use it on time, he's probably about to, like, knock out. Hang on. Not today. I don't think so. But that doesn't look too good. That's it? That was it? Okay. Alright, let's see if we can take... If I can actually beat this guy now, it's gonna be very underwhelming. Oh, shit. That explains. He can revive. That's cheap. Alright, well, at least he feels like he actually... I thought he was going to be tough, but really he doesn't seem like he's that bad, which is we don't have a healer here. Like, if he uses that, it heals Chrono. And I can just use life or whatever. I just gotta, like, you know, get his, Alright, I'll do this once. Because next time he's gonna heal me. And then afterwards, hit him with this. Next attack when he does, like, one he'll heal me. But again, like, if I lose this, I'll just, like, you know, give Luca that shadow thing. That means, like, at least every so often, every few turns, he'll heal her. I had that shadow armor. Just, I mean, like I said, you know, I was gonna be dealing with this guy when it's like, I could offer. So definitely it's a good thing I did go around collecting all that armor. And nothing else, I could give, like, you know, Luca, like, the fire thing, so she'll have, like, at least some kind of defense against it. Like the fire vest. It's probably best to keep using lightning, too, so I can hit everything. Yeah, see, that right there is a problem. But I can still kind of trivialize some of it as long as I can at least get some defenses in play. I gotta get Luca, I gotta get, yeah, her back up. Yeah, there goes Ayla. Okay, like I said, if I do lose, I know how I can handle this guy. He's not anywhere near as bad as what we just fought. Alright. It's that night using water. Which is, you know, not really that bad, it looks like. I don't know. He's definitely not as bad as, like, what we just dealt with. It's just, you know, he feels more manageable. I don't know if she's gonna be able to steal anything from him. Okay. Well, it was a miss, but... Alright, so he's gonna take out Luca again, but... No. Alright, that's gonna heal Chrono. It's gonna take out probably both of them, but... That's the main thing that's kind of keeping me safe, like, keeping me alive here. But he's, like, periodically, like, you know... And that 250, that's not really that bad or whatever. We can, like, easily wipe that back off. Okay, I'll get, like, you know... First off, I don't appreciate you attacking me right there. The only reason I'm doing this right here is so that way I can... He'll heal me next round. And this is just luck because I went in this not even knowing what was going to happen here. He's basically healing me every other round, which is hilarious. Alright, Luke is like our main, like, damage doer. Did you just heal me twice in a row? Okay, well, whatever, I'll take it, thank you. You're so charitable. Because honestly, with, like, Chrono continuously healing, I don't know, we actually really need to focus on his hands. Just down right there is, like, you know, the... I can just, like, you know, life him back up, and like I say, he heals me every other round, so... Because I can just hit, you know, use lightning, and... Crap, he took out Luca right there, though. Or Ayla, I keep getting them mixed up. It's only gonna be a matter of time, like, before we... That right there is the one thing that's really helping me, is that, you know, it's keeping me in the fight. Otherwise, I probably would have already lost. Like, it's basically kind of like we're almost stalemating to an extent here. Like, because basically he hits me with a shadow, and then heals me afterwards. He hits me with shadow, heals me afterwards. And I know that he was bringing, like, the water attack in before, like, you know, I took his arms away. We're doing more damage to him than he can actually, you know, really heal. See, that's the thing, he does water. And even still, that's negligible. Like, considering, like, you know, my health. Okay, now maybe he'll, like, take more damage now if I'm right. Better heal Chrono. Thing is, it's weird, like, I can't, like, attack his head, like, with Tailspin. Damn, she took it out in one go. Okay, let's just see if we can just finish him off. Got him. That was, unless he's got another form, which I'm hoping he doesn't. So here's the thing, it gets me how easy that was compared to the last one. But the main takeaway from it was the fact that I had, like, the fire mail on. So he just kept healing me every time he damaged me. So that right there, compared to the last boss, was actually really fun. I absolutely loved that boss right there. I guess just because of the fact that I actually had, like, a way to... the way I just kind of cheesed it. Accidentally. Like, really, if I would have lost against that, I would have deserved it at that point, considering, like, you know, he was basically reviving me every other round. So it was basically like a stalemate. And if I would have had like Luca's armor on or whatever, it would have been basically, you know, every other round he would have healed her, so she would have stayed in the fight. But after everything I dealt with the imp and the two beasts or whatever, that right there, I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, I'm about to get wrecked. This is gonna be tough. And I was like, wait a minute, he's healing like Chrono every other round, like just because of the armor I'm wearing. So it really was a good idea to go and like, you know, get all those chests like in the previous round or the previous stream. Mokire or Mokire, or however you say his name. Indeed, I am Mokire. Have we met before? Can't remember how I voiced this guy previously. More importantly, can you tell me anything about Ocean Palace? I see. The queen has degenerated to that degree. The more energy the mammoth machine absorbs, the further the queen degenerates. Her spirit has been stolen by the infamous immortal Lavos. Yeah, we've heard of them. If that thing comes back up out of the ground, I was about to say. We must flee. The seal's been broken. The mountain will collapse. You gotta tell me twice. Elder, the mountain of woe is about to crumble. I mean, the mountain's gonna fall. Which totally, by the way, is not gonna be my fault. Oh, shit. Oh. Well. And that, my kids, is how Australia was born. Basically, it's like just a continent floating into, like, falling into the water. I don't think that was a part of Pangea, but... Alright. Lava sleeps deep underground while consuming the energy of this planet. Well, I mean, after all, like, you know, how hard that, like, you know, continent just, like, hit the planet, I don't think he's probably asleep now. If he slept through that or whatever, you know. The mammoth machine is brought closer to him. He may awaken. You put me asleep with the pacing, dude. We must hurry before it's too late. Elder, Skylar's here. I don't know if... I'm just doing like a bunch of random voices here. I'm just happy I beat those two bosses. What? Shadow's here? I'm basically doing like old man voice for everyone now. Miss Shadow, why have you come to such a miserable place? Stop degrading yourselves. We enlightened ones were once the same as you. The only difference is that we are under Lavos' control. Like I said, this makes me think of like, you know, I was saying Grey Quarter before, like, you know, like Game of Thrones, I forgot. Like, I think like, you know, with, what was Grey Quarter? I want to say Grey Quarter is either from One Piece. I've heard the name before. I was thinking about Flea Bottom from Game of Thrones. What was Grey Quarter? Grey Quarters from Skyrim. I got, like, you know, for some reason I got Flea Bottom and Skyrim mixed up. Or, like, Flea Bottom and Grey Quarter mixed up. Flea Bottom, I believe, is, like, you know, from Game of Thrones. It's been a while since I've watched that also, but... Basically, like, the area where pretty much, like, the lower classes... And there's this anime that I recently watched. You guys might want to check out. It actually makes me think of this a little bit. It's one I think that they just, like, they've got, like, 2 episodes available for it on Crunchyroll now. And I forgot the name of it. It is, I'm trying to look it up here. And it's called, here it is. Yeah, Gachiakuta, or however you say it. Basically, it's a pretty interesting one where they have, like, this whole thing where, like, you know, they have, like, a high society. Basically makes me think, like, heavily of the Celestial Dragons from, One Piece. And they got, like, you know, another, like, quarter. Basically, the way they kind of, like, show the city and the thing is, like, one half of the city or the area is, like, just completely clean, and the other one's, like, just decrepit, full of garbage and stuff. And, of course, high class, or basically treats the others like filth, like they don't belong there and all that. I really won't spoil, like, the rest of the story, but they kind of have a thing where basically, because I've only on episode 2, there's only 2 episodes so far, and they got a thing where pretty much they execute people by, like, tossing them into something called the pit, and they basically, like, death by pit, and it's basically, like, their way, like, the high class's way of, like, trying to get rid of, like, you know, the peasants and all that, but it's a really interesting anime. For those who want to kind of, like, see exactly what I'm talking about, it's, show you, like, what it is. Like, it's got 2 episodes available on Crunchyroll right now. But yeah, it's this one right here. It's been, like, pretty interesting so far. Kind of already got me hooked. The only difference is that we are under Lavos' control. Or, no, that's her voice, her talking. What a filthy hovel. You don't... You're using the filth in her presence, whoever said that. Right, Milkai, after the mountain of woe fell, I thought I would find you here. Yeah, we might have probably broke the mountain, I digress. Is it safe for you to leave the palace? That no longer matters. The Ocean Palace is now operational. Then all is lost. But without me, the man in the machine won't work. I have turned my back on that evil device. I have kept the skyway open. Hurry, you must stop my mother. Now, let's put... Why don't we keep it right there? Huh? Ah, crap. Dalton. Tisk, my dear. Your presence is required elsewhere. Don't know if that's the voice I used for him previously. Dalton, leave her alone. Haha. Ah, the geezer speaks. Silence, old man. Hey, you leave our old man alone. We worked hard to... You know what? I didn't like that mud imp, but now I think I really want to kick your ass. You'll come to the Ocean Palace with me. Do anything funny in Shala's dust. Got it? Shala. Please let me tell me I'm going to have a boss battle with this guy. Oh, you better run fast, buddy. I want to be painting like the walls of these earthen walls red. The Queen's children all seem to have a problem with authority, don't they? Well, I got a problem with you. All right, that was a good time for our little dramatic, fighting stance. Stay back. The life of this woman means nothing to me. Yeah, well, that's exactly how your life, what I think of your life. Say the word, Makai. I'll cut him. I'll cut him. Shall we go in, Shala, dear? Your mother awaits. It really looks like Goldilocks needs a shave. Did he just pull a ninja vanish on us? Yo, Pops. I mean, I'm not gonna ask for your permission to go whoop his ass wherever, but so. Old man, okay? I'm alright. Oh, shit. But we must save Shala or else. Impossible, even though it's coming from you, Melchiah. Yeah, y'all talking about stuff that's possible? I've been traveling through time. If the Queen is allowed to fulfill her scheme, all life as we know it is doomed. But you're willing to challenge the Queen? I'll challenge creation itself just to get my hands on that guy. You've done so much for us, I don't even know your names. Okay, that's okay. Maybe someday we'll need your help. What are you talking about? Chrono, we go now. Wait, take this with you. They have to have the old man, like the whole Zelda thing. Wait, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. And he gave... Yep, he gave me a sword. Typical Zelda. Just the whole Zelda thing. It's made from the same redstone as the Mammoth machine. With it, you can destroy the machine. Please tell me this. Ruby knife. Did you just give me a weapon? Please tell me this. Oh, god dang. Luke is about to die. So I'm guessing it's just an item. Okay, probably got like a particular point we gotta like use it, which we will be doing on the next stream, Rogues. I'm gonna go find a place to save. There was one down here, so if it's long as it's still there, it'd be a good place to stop. And really, I need to actually see if like anyone around here might actually be might sell like weapons or whatever. Okay. How's everyone looking on? Yeah, we're gonna like go and just use a shelter right here. And I'm gonna call it on the stream. I probably would have went a little bit longer just to get to the next spot, but I do still have the Power Wash Simulator stream to do tonight. So, and still the fact, I mean, I know I probably would have gotten like a little bit further quicker if I didn't get stuck on that one boss. But that just hit me like hard, like, like pretty quickly into the stream. And I ain't gonna lie, guys, I will say, admittedly, that boss had me frustrated to the point that I was actually worried I wasn't gonna be able to get past it. Like I need to go around and maybe like, stop the stream there and just do some power leveling and come back next week or whatever. But I was like, I need to just try to stick to it. Like, we're not really power level, but I thought I just may not have been leveled up enough. But But then when I figured out I could just like keep putting anything to sleep or whatever, I was like, wait, this thing's not taking much damage. We'll just go after the beasts. And then from there, like, you just put them to sleep or whatever, focus on one at a time. Sure enough, that's what worked. So I don't know if that was actually like the best strategy to beat him, but it's just that little stupid imp was like, was such a tank and everything. And I do apologize for the fact I was getting a little bit frustrated during that part, and I had to keep repeating and everything. But I'd rather beat just like, in the end, I still like only like had to beat like what, like replay I think like three or four times, and was able to do it. And I'm just thankful it didn't take the entire stream up, like, me like on that for like several hours. It's just that boss was like, I think, like the biggest struggle I've had in the game so far. The other ones, it was pretty easy to kind of figure out. I was like, okay, yeah, I do this, and I was able to go in and rebound and usually beat on the second try, but that one took me a few goes. Because I was kind of like with different strategies. In the end, like what I did right there in the end kind of worked. Basically just, continuously, using Hypno Wave. It's just the main thing that was frustrating was the fact that it was able to go quickly, so like sometimes like doing like 2 attacks a turn. But I was like, okay, we just put the beast to sleep. Ayla's actually able to do all this damage to them. We're very much, pummeling him, and he's, like, healing faster than, like, we could actually do damage to him. And then we ended up fighting, like, Giga Gaia, and that ended up, to me, like, being, like, one of the most fun bosses in the game. And I was thinking if I would have, like, had, like, the Shadow played on Luca, keep saying Luca, Ayla, because there was, like, originally what I was going to play, I was going to do if I didn't win. The plan was going to be that if I wasn't able to beat it right then on the first go, I was going to, like, put the, I was going to put, like, the red vest on her to at least absorb, like, 50% of the fire hits. Or, like, one of them. It wouldn't really matter if I did, like, red or, black. Because he was doing, like, it was alternating between shadow and fire. Or, like, shadow and fire. And basically is what meant, like, at least Luca wouldn't have been taking as much damage. And then, like, for Ayla, because originally I had, like, the, I think the black male, on her. That sounded very suggestive. The black male on her. Y'all just pretend I didn't say that right there. Just phrasing. Massive phrasing there. But anyways, so pretty much in the sense of, it would have, like, meant that all the shadow attacks would have healed Luca, and the fire would have damaged her, comparison to Chrono, who was getting healed by the fire, and the shadow was damaging him. So either way, it pretty would have meant, like, every other turn, it would have healed Chrono or I keep saying Luca. I keep getting Luca and Ayla mixed up, I think. It would have healed Chrono every other turn for one attack, and would have, like, continued to heal Ayla every other turn for the other attack. So we could have realistically kept both of them in there, focused on keeping Luca in, and have, like, someone else do some damage to it. But either way, the point is that last stream when I went around and found, like, all the sealed chests, that was definitely worth doing the whole upgrade thing. So hopefully maybe that's, like, these, the male and the male and the, vest or whatever that we got are actually going to really help us moving forward with some of the other bosses. Because it really was like a lifesaver against Giga Gaia, because I'm kind of feeling like if I wouldn't have had, like, that on Chrono, it would have been, like, a much more of a difficult fight. So it pretty much was like, it was basically like a stalemate where it was healing itself, but also kept healing me, and we were doing more damage to it than it could heal. So nonetheless, at least it was like, kind of what I said previously, and that one boss, the beast and the imp, was really tough. But like, just like other times this game where I fought one boss and fought like another one afterwards, it actually ended up being somehow easier. Kind of like another case there. So at least we got like a few more levels, which may have helped as well, because now, like, Chrono's level 32, Luca's at 29, Ayla's at 31. So next stream for this will be next Wednesday, and we're gonna, like, be, I guess, getting it back up properly, like back up there, like, take the fight to what's her name, was it Shala or whatever? Either way, take the fight to her mom, I guess. But mainly the main one I want to get my hands on is Dalton, because it's bad enough that he basically, attacked our old man that we just saved, and then, like, knocked her out, but then he's gonna slap a kid. No, that guy's got it coming to him. Like, yeah, he's it's gonna be fun. I really just want to get my hands on him. But anyways, that being said, guys, I'll be live again in a little while with the Final Fantasy VII DLC for Power Wash Sim. I'm gonna try to do that in one go tonight, so that way, if I can do that, I'll be done with my, finally done with this, like, long-term series I've done for Power Wash Simulator. I think since, like, 2020. I've been doing it since, like, 2022. When was, like, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago I started Power Wash Sim or whatever, because it was like back when I was doing my first year Han acting out at Late Trails of Terror, and that was in 2022. So yeah, it's been a bit. It's been a bit since I started Power Wash Sim. So it's gonna be, like, really fun to kind of, like, it's gonna be, like, bittersweet, but also fun, like, going in, like, doing this last stream of it tonight. I assume it is the last one, because we did the SpongeBob one in about 4 hours last week, and prior to that we did the Wallace and Gromit one. Now, I think, like, we did the SpongeBob one, I think, about 5 hours. The Wallace and Gromit one about 4, and I think it was, like, the Back to the Future one in about 3. I think it's like somewhere along there. So hopefully like the Midgar won't really take too, the Final Fantasy 7 DLC won't take too long to do tonight. I'm still going to try to see if I can finish it up so that way next week I can, you know, it's going to probably be a bit before I really start on, it may be a little bit before I start on Crime Scene Cleaner. That's the next, you know, chill game I'll be doing alongside my retro games on Wednesdays. So next week I may actually just be, you know, only like slowly playing Chrono Trigger. Because I got plans, like, you know, for, like, you know, starting, like, my first episode for Crime Scene Cleaner back when I, you know, when I start streaming on Moonbeam full-time as well. Because for those who don't know, Moonbeam's like a streaming platform that just recently, you know, started making the rounds, and I'm gonna be, and I've been, like, kind of testing the waters on there, like, you know, streaming simultaneously between there and YouTube from time to time. And at the beginning of August, I'm gonna be, like, you know, going on there full-time, you know, streaming basically daily there and YouTube, simultaneously. And for those that haven't checked Moonbeam out, you can find, like, you know, a link to it in my beacons, like in my link in bio here on my YouTube channel. But yeah, it's a site that's definitely showing a lot of promise. I'm hoping they really do take off because they're doing like a lot of stuff that's like a fresh change of pace and like breath of fresh air in the streaming community. And I really am interested to see like where else they're gonna go with this. So anyways, that being said, if you guys enjoyed the stream, did really appreciate if you like, comment, and share. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, appreciate that also, since we are like, you know, about at the halfway point. Or my last like 100, you know, to get into 1,000 subscribers on here, and still don't know what I'm gonna do whenever I get to that. I don't know how I'm gonna celebrate, but I'm definitely gonna be trying to do like a game giveaway and maybe play something special, like, you know, do like a special stream for it. Maybe do like a 12-hour stream or something. We'll see how things go, like as a celebratory thing. But again, that'll be then. This is now. I'm gonna go ahead and like call it here so I can get ready for Power Wash then. But until next one, which will be very shortly. Much love. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thank you for watching.